Hi folks, and welcome back to BuyBrevard.com TV. I'm your host, Andrew Gall, and joining me today is Craig Capion from Done Right Contracting. How are you, Craig?
Good.
Good. Thanks so much for being here with us today. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And Craig's joining us from Palm Bay, Florida, right here in Brevard County. And his business, Done Right Contracting, has been in this county for how long, Craig?
We've been here for 10 years.
Fantastic. And it's a family-owned business, correct?
Yes. Me and my wife own the company. It's primarily me.
Good.
But my son works in the company as well. So.
And Craig, talk to our viewers a little bit about what Done Right Contracting does.
Well, Done Right Contracting started out as a handyman business, and we, over the last 10 years, have grown into a general contracting company. But we focus on renovations. Our core business has been residential renovations, and we've expanded in 2007 into doing commercial, still renovations, and that's what we enjoy the most.
Sure, and that's a little unique for a general contractor to just focus on renovations. Most people hear general contractor and they think about new buildings, new homes being built, those kind of things. So how does the dynamic work with you and your subcontractors in just focusing on renovating in people's homes? Well,
what we've had to do, because of doing renovations and keeping the flow, we actually have full-time employees that work with us, except for the trades that are required.
Oh wow!
So we do everything in-house, which there's no stoppage of the work that way. We go in, and it's very hard to find a new construction guy is not necessarily a good renovator, because you have to be the jack of all trades, if you will. Our electrician, plumber, and air conditioning, you need to sub that stuff out, but for the most part, we do everything in-house.
That's great, and that really allows you to help maintain the quality on all of your jobs.
Absolutely.
That's good.
That's very important.
Yeah, definitely, and especially when somebody's coming into your home, you definitely want them, you want to know that there's a good track record there, but also that they're going to be able to maintain the same quality standard regardless of which person is working on the job.
Correct.
Great. Now, Craig, there's a lot of construction companies, contracting companies in Brevard County. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but there's a bunch of them. Why, of all the people that are here, should people come to you to find an answer for their renovation needs?
Well, one being, like I said, we do things in-house, so we got quality control. But Done Right Contracting became Done Right Contracting. It's not a name, it's the way I believe things ought to be done, and it will be done that way, period. There's just, you will be a satisfied customer with Done Right Contracting, and I'm the bottom line at that. So we try to provide a good quality. We're not done perfect, I'm not going to say that, but it will be done right. With renovations, you're opening up things that you not necessarily, you have termite damage, you have things that can go wrong, and we do a good job at correcting as you go.
Yeah,
versus being new construction, you're building from scratch.
Right.
You know what the problems are going to be. Where you're opening up somebody's home or business, and you're finding you don't know how it was built back then. So we have that expertise in-house, and we give our customer a good quality job for a fair price. And are we the cheapest in town? Probably not, but it will be done right, and we don't cut corners.
And that's an important point, Craig. When people think about doing renovation or construction in their home, often the first thing that comes to mind is what's it going to cost, right?
Right.
Why should people be able to understand that cost isn't necessarily the most important thing, especially when quality is brought to the table? Why is quality more important than cost?
Well, the old saying of you get what you pay for.
Sure.
I actually had one of my employees tell me, good help ain't cheap, cheap help ain't good.
That's good.
It's a very good saying, and it's very simple. So, the lowest price is not necessarily the best price. Also, what we come up against quite often is we carry workman's comp. with a full-time staff versus somebody that may not have workers' comp or the exemption that you know they go around and then they hire in just a guy maybe not on their book, so to speak. You can have problems going that direction. You know, everybody's trying to save a dollar, especially in this economy. I understand that, but if there were be a problem, you're paying for a good reputable company to be in there, and you're not going to have a problem. We get the phone calls all the time going, oh, I tried to save some money and I went with this guy, he was a friend of a family of this, and we go in and we clean up the mess.
Sure.
So, you know, it's
Whereas
important.
if they would have chosen you in the beginning, they'd have been able to save the money that they spent at the outset.
Exactly.
Sure.
So.
Fantastic, Craig. And you talked to us, you know, I always like to talk about guarantees, right? And we all want one these days. If somebody comes to you to use you for their renovation needs, what can they be guaranteed?
Well, one, that the job will be done right.
Done right.
Two, we have a 1-year warranty, you know, on everything that we do.
Oh, great.
You know, and then plus you have the manufacturer's warranty, you know, on your flooring or your paint or your windows. You know, that stands alone. But, you know, we stand behind our work for 1 year, and we have plenty of repeat business as a result of that. You know, I just actually went through a situation that was less than a year. It was a concrete concrete driveway repair. And 3 weeks after the job was complete, some sort of surface problem came up on the concrete. The job was done, we got paid for the job, the customer was happy, and something just went wrong with it. We still don't know what it is. We believe it's the concrete. The concrete company says, oh no, not us. We went out there and fixed it. It took us 3 times to fix it.
Wow.
But you know, you stay the course and you make that customer happy.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the bottom line.
That's great. That's great. And that's, folks, that's what By Brevard is all about, is doing business with people like Craig. Now, Craig, where can people find your office? In Palm Bay?
Palm Bay, 1789 Canova Street.
Canova Street in Palm Bay. And if they want to reach you by phone?
952-0505.
Great. And you can find Craig on the web. You can go to bybrevard.com, search for construction or contracting. You'll be able to find him right away. Or go right to his website, donerightcontracting.com. And you'll be able to get in touch with him that way. Craig, thanks so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And viewers, thank you for joining us. Make sure you tune in next time to bybrevard.com TV. I'm your host, Andrew Gall. Thanks for being with us.